Hey, dancing in. Hey, so who's with us? If you joined us, say hi in the comments. But we are Chick Chat. Easy. Hey, we're just like all discombobulated because we're dancing in. But we will be right back. Hey, we're back. And guess who else is here? Hello, Teresa.
What's up?
Yay, she made it.
How are you?
Yeah, say how you're doing in the comments. Who else has joined us? Come on in. Come on in. We're just waiting. We're just waiting for y'all to show up.
Yeah, I said my peeps versus your peeps.
I know. Who's in the house?
So far, it's your peep.
Yay. Well, she's kind of your peep too.
Yeah, but I know her through you, so you get credit.
Matt. Hey, it's Matt.
Hey, come on in, so I have a peep.
You need a peep. She needs a peep, man.
All right.
Hey, cheers. I mean, I'm not really drinking anything. Cheers. Cheers.
I am.
Cheers. Where's your cheers? Cheers. I know we're on the wrong side again.
I know. You're flipping me over here. I don't like it.
She don't like to be flipped. Nice to see you, Matt. Nice to see you, Lester. You guys are so awesome to show up on a Tuesday evening.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's chilly here. I'm cold.
I don't think it's that cold there.
It is.
What is your temperature?
It's colder than I like. Well, it's 44.
It's 24.
44.
Oh, I think it's 24. I'm like, it's 37 and
44. See, it's not that much difference.
No. But we're about to get snow.
About to get snow.
Yeah.
So is it going to be snowing when I get there?
No, I don't think so.
He is here for the Chick Chat.
That's right.
And it's nice to know that you guys understand that it's not just chicks that should come to the show. Because we're the chicks. One is in KC.
not like the Dixie Chicks, but we're still chicks.
Though both of us decided to do the cowboy thing this week, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, actually. Hey, Amanda. She does my hairs.
I feel like I'm losing this battle.
You're losing, man. He's pro chick. Well, that's a good thing.
That's good. We like that.
That's a good thing. Pro chick is good. Nice to see you, Amanda. Amanda is quite the singer too, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Even though she's a stylist, real estate agent, singer. Oh, she got some cool things going on. We got to have you on some night, girl.
Yep.
Yeah. If you ever want to be on the show, let us know. I'm going to let you go into your topic tonight since I have no clue what it means. So let me show it. Hold on. Let's see. I mean, it was our promo. So there. Do you
carry the weight of the world? Well, let's see. Completely honest, I don't even know. That was my topic for last week when you were sick, and I don't really remember where I was going with it, but
in other words, the time has changed. It's a week later.
I do remember I was kind of heated about something.
Oh.
Last week, but I don't stay heated long. So
I think it's funny. She always picks one that's like, And I'm like, la la. Yeah.
Mine's more just not even heated so much as I think it had something to do with like how I think we talked a couple weeks ago about how people are just so stressed out, right? Like the world is stressed out. Everybody's at their, the end of their whatever, about to lose their mind. And maybe it's because we're so worried about carrying the weight of the world instead of just carrying our own weight. I think that's kind of where I was last week when I was
Okay. Now, see, yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, when you just said that, I was thinking more self-centered versus outward-centered, I guess.
Well, it starts from being self-centered because you think you have to be worried about what everybody else is doing or judging what everybody else is doing. Or, it kind of followed up with the Karen conversation we had last week or 2 weeks ago in the sense that why is everybody so worried about everybody else?
Well,
that you feel like you have to carry the weight of the world that doesn't even belong to you.
So are you saying in the context of that people have opinions on your life when they should just focus on their own?
No, not really. I haven't even, I mean, that's obviously over the last couple months kind of been, everyone's been pretty quiet lately, but I think it's just more like you just reading social media and you read the comments. Somebody posts something as simple as, right. Somebody posted something as simple as I had cherry chocolate coffee and everyone wants to jump on them because, oh my God, that's not coffee, blah, blah, blah. Why do you care? And then carrying the weight of the world, meaning that person then takes that on and they go through their day upset because somebody cares that they're drinking cherry chocolate cherry coffee. It's just like.
So I'm just trying to, so you mean like the energy of carrying that weight of the world, which means that you're taking other people's expression or their comments into your life.
Yeah. Why do we own that? It's on our
why do we?
I don't, but some people, I do sometimes. That's not
exactly. I was going to say, I can act like it doesn't bother me. And then I think about it later and I internalize it. And then the next thing you know, I'm thinking about it. So that means it did bother me. Right. So,
I used to 1000% do that. Like if one little comment would come in and I would be like, you're dumb, whatever. The rest of the day I'm like, oh my God, I'm dumb. Why am I dumb? But now I'm like, I'm not dumb. So I don't care what you say. Like I don't, but that took work. But I feel like it's just, I think there's just so many people that are owning stuff that's not theirs to own. And that's what I mean about carrying the weight of the world.
And it's funny because I did watch Matt's show when he did this. He shared all his hate comments on one of his videos on his woodworking YouTube video where they just said really not nice things, right? They were trolling him.
Right.
And he was laughing at it, so he took it and turned it, right? Like, so he turned it into actually a good subject, just like you are. So, I call it the peanut gallery. Like sometimes I know that there's comments out there and I can, it depends on the energy that it's given, and the energy I'm in when I receive it. Right. So it all depends on where I'm at the moment, in my energy. And then I either do one of two things. I either, like you said, let it bother me for a minute and dissect it, or I just do the whatever thing. Yeah. I got the two choices. And the thing is, sometimes everything that we hear, see, and say can weigh you down like that. Like it can feel like the weight of the world, like there's so many things that we have to do as a society, as a household, there's so many tasks to be done that if you just skip a couple of those, you can feel like a snowball, right?
Yeah, I think, 100%. And I think it also is, I think sometimes I remember what was on my mind when I talked about this, but I don't want to go into it but anyway, I can do without that. I think sometimes we take on a job, like for example, at work. you take on all of the crap of everybody that you work with when it's really not yours. I think that's where it stemmed from when I came up with the topic, but now it's more like what you talked about. Like, why do we, hi Carla, why
Hi,
do we,
Carla.
why do we own other people's stuff?
Yeah. I mean, I totally agree with you that it depends on where we're at. I feel like that. I mean, if you feel like there were so many things just bogging you down, and then somebody added that one little piece of straw, that's what broke the camel's back, right? So it makes sense. It just depends on how much we had piled on there to start, and it's not, you know, people, and it's kind of funny that you're talking about this too, is about comments, like on a video. Like yesterday, I don't usually comment on people's videos, like on YouTube, like people I don't know. Like I do on people I do know, but I don't on people I don't know. And somebody just said, like, the hate most, and I'll bring it up because it's public people. I guess Tori Spelling's kids all went into the ER this week or something. Like
Yeah.
3 of them went to the hospital consecutively. And the hate that came out of these people, like, they attacked the children the way they looked. They attacked her the way she looked. They attacked her husband because he was a deadbeat or when I'm saying, like they attacked the whole family after it was just a people story, right? And
Right.
it was so horrible. And I don't normally say anything, but I stuck up for him. Like, I was like, this is this, children should be in a safe space here. Like, you shouldn't be attacking children.
No,
Like, this is unacceptable, you know? Um, it's like I couldn't believe it. And the husband was who I commented off of, because, of course, he did a snide thing, he cussed and,
Right.
told everybody to go eat it. But, it was just like, I guess he couldn't handle all the comments. Like, even the people who are in the spotlight, they can't handle it, much less you and I, who just have our Facebook profiles up there, right?
Well, for me, it's like I don't usually get comments like that. I don't post stuff that would I quit posting stuff that would warrant that for the most part. But it's funny because recently when I made a post, I posted it late because I prepared myself for all the negative and I didn't get anything. Now, whether that means people just didn't say what they really felt, I don't know. But it's funny how you go into something preparing yourself for the negative, hateful comments because that's what you see so much of.
Yeah. I think I believe that Facebook has changed us, and exactly what Teresa just said. I mean, there's a lot of what we call them trolls. There's so many trolls out there, haters behind the keyboards. Like, every once in a while, I'll have to go back to our YouTube channel and erase some comments because they say, really horrible things. Like, that doesn't have anything to do with the topic, because they're not listening. They just
Right.
want to go on each YouTube video and say something
On our
hateful.
phone page? Maybe I
Yeah.
should check our page.
Well, I delete them if I see that we got one. But anyway,
Be like,
usually they're dumb. I mean, they're dumb things. And it's like, how I don't understand people that are exist like that. And I never understood people that existed like that at school. I wasn't really good about, I didn't like gossip. Like, I've always been one of those, like, get it away from me, because I knew it was negative and bad. And I was a kid that was teased all the time as an elementary school. And so when I became middle school, and middle school girls are the worst at it, I would just walk away from the people. I'm just like, I'm not listening to this, and I'm not participating in it. Not only am I not listening, but I'm not participating, and you guys are not nice. I mean, it would totally, reflect on how I felt about them in a friendship after that too. Because if people are going to say bad things about other people, then they're
Yes,
going to be saying bad things about you. I mean, there's no doubt. If they're telling you bad things, they're telling those other people about you.
Yep.
And it's like, the proof is in the pudding on that, right? So I
Well, I
can't stand
sometimes
it.
figure if I'm the talk of the town, then I guess I'm doing something exciting. I mean, I'm sure I've been the talk recently, and I'm okay with it. But it's, I think there's a lot of that to be said. What your past is like. I wasn't picked on a lot growing up, so I don't take a lot of thought into it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I had one bully, and I know where she's at today, and her life is pretty bad, and it doesn't give me any, good feelings about it. But I didn't really get made fun of a lot or teased a whole lot. So,
Yeah.
I don't think it, I think it's easier to brush things off when
Well,
it's
I think and like I said, it depends on what energy you're in the moment. Like if you're feeling a little vulnerable and
yeah.
somebody does say something, then it
Yep.
does like spike something in you and you're like, "Oh, that didn't feel good."
Yeah.
And what I do is I have to look at other people's perspectives. Sometimes the way I hear it is not the way it was intended.
Right.
It's all perception and perspective. And it's like you have to, you people have to be really careful about communication that way, because like you said, you weren't teased at all except for one girl. I was teased by everybody, you know.
Yeah.
So actually, when I got to middle school and that started to happen, and I wasn't teased anymore because I had moved to a different school district. I was able to like reinvent myself, I guess you'd say. And so nobody really knew me, so they couldn't tease me, right? From when
Right.
they knew me from kindergarten on. And it was like I had a new start, and it was like I had a new lease on life. I was able to reassemble, it was like I was able to like be, you know, who I knew I was and not be silenced, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
And it changed my life actually. And so I was actually glad to move and to embrace, but then I saw both sides of it. That's why I couldn't stand it when I saw, some people being picked on and bullied and stuff like that. And I thought the people doing it, I'm like, I'll never talk to them again.
Yeah. I think
You can't do
Teresa's
that.
right. It's like, especially now as an adult, if I see someone that's, posting
Yeah.
something hateful, you're like, man, what's in your life
I
to
mean,
say?
I'm grandma age. Like I'm a grandma and well, I'm a Gigi, whatever, but I'm a grandma age. Like I can't imagine. I mean, it's so juvenile for me to even think about that. And that is terrible, Teresa, what happened to you. And, it's so juvenile, that I have so many other things important in my life that,
Right. Like, I know.
that would be the last thing that I would be wanting to do to someone else is to be keyboard warrior and saying hateful things. I've had it happen to me a lot, actually. I was married to somebody in the public eye, and that makes you a target. So I've been a target a lot, and I think about that and I think, yeah, that's probably why I am the way I am, is as far as when I set a goal and when I'm going to do something, I'm going to make a victory of it. Because people, the naysayers, I don't listen to them. I have to silence them, and it's okay. It doesn't make sense to me. It really is juvenile and sad, really. And it really was. Yeah, I know. My brain thinks I'm young still too.
Yeah. But
But
I think that there's just a certain type of person who's always going to be that person.
well,
Me.
that term, hurt people. That's what happens. Those people that are the ones saying something about someone else are the actual ones hurting, is the ones saying it. It's
Yep.
not actually the person that they're targeting. It's really them. They've got insecurities and all that stuff, and that's probably the bad part of me. I guess, what would you call it? Pollyanna. I'm a little Pollyanna. I look at people and I can see their brokenness on them, and I can see that they're hurting, and I have empathy for them,
I think
right away.
I think that's part of why we do what we do, though.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to find people that do what we do, coaching and motivational speaking and all that, that they don't have that. You know, there's got to be you have to be an empath and be able, like, I don't think you can do it without being able to see the hurt behind somebody.
Right. Right. And you have to know that. It's really funny. And gosh, Teresa, yeah, it still happens. I can't believe it happens now too. I think it's our generations. Like once it hit our generation in the 80s and on, it's like it's not like manners left, but it kind of is like manners left, decorum, all of those things. Everybody's like, be you, just be you. Well, even if that means you're a jerk, I guess. So,
Yeah, authentic is a big word now, and
authentic, be you.
one of my friends, that's why she hates that word, because she's like, so you be authentically a jerk, like that's what we're gonna do, like I'm being my authentic self, or the whole new thing is in being on my authentic self and being vulnerable and blah blah blah. If I have to do what feels right to me. So if I don't want to meet with you, I don't meet with you. Or if I want to answer my phone, I don't answer my phone. Like all these things. It's like sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do. Yeah. You can't just say, well, the authentic me didn't feel like that today. And I think
that's where we're getting. I think that's where it's going.
100%. I woke up today and my spirit doesn't feel like I want to do this. So I'm just not going to.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. My spirit wants to kick your butt right now, but I'm not going to.
Well, that's where people have relinquished that obligation word. Like they don't feel obligated anymore. Like I can't tell you in the last 3 years as we were hiring people for a job, how many people I talked to on the phone confirmed their appointment to come in for the job and they never showed up. Like what? Like this is a job interview that you want the job, right? Like
you accepted the job. I would even check in with them Sunday night and be like, okay, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Can't wait to see you. And nothing. Yeah. Monday came and went, never saw.
Crazy. Like,
but someone paid your bills while you were sleeping? How do you make that happen?
I don't know. I do not understand this mentality now that is like, oh, I just did what is it called? Silent quitting now. Like the employees go to work and they just don't work. It's silent quitting. I'm like, what? Silent quitting? If you're sitting there, I hired you and you're sitting there and you're not doing your job and you're just sitting there, you'll be fired. Just saying. I'm in an at-will state, so you can get up and you can go silent quit all you want.
There's too many phrases. I can't with all the phrases and all the. Okay, so we should probably do a whole other show on this, but it just popped in my head. So I was listening to a podcast the other day, and instead of saying women and men now, the new term is vagina owners and penis owners.
What?
I don't own it. It's
well, you kind of do, but.
No, but I mean, I own my car.
No,
we can't no longer say women or men because not every woman has a. I can't.
But not every person in transition has either of those either.
But I heard on multiple podcasts they would say a vagina owner and a penis owner instead of man or woman. We are so off topic.
She just put the shock factor into this show. We're probably gonna get YouTube banned now, but whatever.
Yeah, well.
What say you guys?
Right.
What say you out there with those anatomies? I can't even say it. Like
penis owners.
What?
Yeah, I
crazy.
I can't.
Well, I mean, it's the truth, but I would never want to identify myself in that manner. Like that doesn't even appeal to me. Oh my.
I can't.
Well, I can't.
The term owner. I mean,
that's a good one, Matt. Matt, you win comment of the day. Comment of the day. That goes to you, Matt. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I mean, I feel like I'm not even the owner of it anyway.
Well, I mean, then does that mean you can have a yard sale?
Sorry,
we could go in so many places with that now.
I can't.
No. Hi, Nora. Yeah, I totally won tonight. I totally won.
Yeah,
I totally won.
I don't
My
think I have any-
peeps, you have showed up in force, and I appreciate it.
I have
But
people watching from my page, but I don't know who they are because they won't say anything. Oh, probably Carla.
well, they're definitely not going to say anything now. I have a coupon.
Mine is bought and paid for, Matt. Sorry.
Bought and paid for. I think your mama and daddy bought and paid for it. It's a start. Anyhow,
no,
there you go.
That's a whole different.
Well, okay.
Anyway,
we could go way off topic on that. Wow. Look at the time. Look at the time.
Buy one, get one free.
Oh my gosh, Matt. He just has them coming now. See, now look what you've done. Look what you've done.
I mean,
Matt's witty.
It popped in my head and I had to bring it up. I don't know why, but
I don't understand. And it's okay. I don't have to understand everything.
We need a whole show on the whole.
I can't. Nope, I can't do that show because everybody will definitely judge me then.
I think we need Michael Jones on that show.
They will be saying some bad things on the comments for me.
I
guess I'm conservative. Sorry. I just am.
Yeah.
I'm not. I am and I'm not. Does that make sense? Like,
well, I mean,
I'm in the 80s, so I'm not really.
But we've gone too far. I'm not even super conservative, but we've gone too far.
I think I am. I mean, God
I think
God morals makes me, it's my God morals that brings me back around to that, which the next part of this show is about prescription gratitude. And we'll be talking about that. But I am, what I'm thankful for before you even talk about the gratitude is like what you were just saying is that there, like you said, oh my gosh, there's so many terms out there that are new, that are just don't make sense. And, we have to navigate through all of this muck and that can make you feel like you have the weight of the world. Like that right there, just trying to navigate through this new, it's just too much.
I think that I see a lot of things in gray. Like I'm not a black and white person. I do see a lot of gray things, but the gray is getting really big.
Oh, the gray is, yeah. I think what I'm seeing and is very alarming is how self-centered everybody is. How everything's about me, I just watched a video yesterday myself. I listened to lots of podcasts too. And it was that guy over there, during one of those conferences who's talking about, that we are getting to a place where we can be our own gods. Like we're able to pick the, genetics and the, it's getting scary that we think that. That's what's getting scary is that the place where we think that we are so advanced that we don't have accountability.
Yeah.
That's scary, because who's going to tell you no at this point? Who do we have? I know who I have to say no.
Right.
And it's like, I have, there's a lot of non-accountability now, and that's what's concerning in the world. Not that I wanted to turn this, depressing.
Right.
The Four Agreements is a good book. I like that one.
It is. I mean, I agree with Nora to a certain extent. And I think that Jim and I were actually having this conversation the other night. Now I can't really remember what the conclusion was. Just that we're just getting so far away from where we started.
Yeah. But
nothing is wrong anymore.
I like history, archaeology, all of those things. And this is nothing new under the sun. Like every civilization has risen and fallen in whatever modern technologies they had in the day, right? The Roman empires fell. Like like, these big, huge, massive places where they were thriving, all of a sudden now they're extinct. It's like, how did that happen? It's cyclical. In the Bible, it's in Ecclesiastes. He talks about it way back then, and it's like, we think that we're being new and innovative, and we're going to innovate ourselves extinct. So, I mean, that's really what happened, is they kept trying to go further and more. And, it's funny, before we got on here, I reached out to a friend of mine who does the cryptocurrency. And well, Scott, Scott. Scott does crypto stuff now. And I decided that yesterday I was going to, I was watching Elon Musk and he was doing a Tesla thing. And he was talking about they had an offer that if you went and you invested some of your Bitcoin, they would double it and send it back into your account. Double your Bitcoin, right? So, I had to hurry up and get on one of my apps and figure out how to buy it, how to make a profile, buy it, do all the things. And I mean, talk about a challenge. Like, I was just like, I'm like, what am I looking at? What am I reading? I don't even understand. It was like reading a manual to like another language. I was like, what am I looking at here? So now I have to have him untangle it, because I did all the things that it told me to do. And it looks like I bought it, but I don't know if he doubled it or not. I can't tell that because I can't tell. I have no idea. But I'm watching it, and it's the weirdest thing. Like something that just blows your mind. Like, you're like, I don't understand Bitcoin and a blockchain it's some neat stuff. I mean, but you have to grasp it. You have to have somebody put it in layman's terms, just like any financial things that you're going to invest in, and so I'm just like, what do I got to do? Buy gold and silver. I agree. But I just decided I wanted to try it. A small, teeny little investment. And if Tesla guy is going to tell me he's going to give me double back, hello. I mean, I might as well try it just to see, Plus, the Romans drank out of lead pipes. Insane. Yeah. They kind of got rid of themselves. So
we talked about that the other night too. The process of elimination from dumb people. Or, well, that's not correct terminology, I suppose, to use, but the process of elimination.
So look, Matt's telling me it was a scam. Well, it wasn't a scam. I mean, I think he gave me back what I have to be able to look at it to understand. I mean, he was actually on there talking about it. Like, it was live when he was talking about it. Anyway.
Yeah, they did the same thing with the COVID.
What?
Got on live TV and told us a bunch of stuff. It turned out to be
well, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah. My point was, just because they go on live and say it doesn't make it true.
Well, okay, but I really think that the dude gave me back. He tripled my Bitcoin.
I hope so.
Do I know? Do I know where it is? Do I know how to read a blockchain? Nope. There are lawsuits happening now. Yes, there are. Thank goodness. On everything. Like, I can't even. I think that's the weight of the world. That's how I felt in the very beginning of COVID. That's why I started the shows that I was doing. I was never a live streamer before that. I never wanted to be on here going, hey, listen to me, But as it started, I saw how people were kind of freaking out and they didn't have a good structure and foundation. So that was a really good time for a life coach to jump in there and go, hey, let's talk about it. How are you feeling since we were isolated, quarantined, all those things,
So let's move on to the next topic.
Okay. Because we're going to get a little happier here. It's already 7:30. A little happier. Because mine's a little, just take your prescription of gratitude because, I'm Pollyanna the way I am. So here I figured I'd share my pill bottle with you. So there is your prescription. Take a dose every morning. Will cause shifts in perspective, will cause feelings of abundance, and decreases feelings of fear and anxiety. Exactly what I was just talking about. So, all right. But but I will add a little thing. It doesn't say Pfizer on it. Anyhow. Make your own pill bottle.
They're going to
fill it up.
They're
Huh?
They're going to ban us.
They're going to ban us. We're going to be banned for real. But the thing is, sometimes we have to take gratitude just like a pill. Like we just have to think about it's a good medication to take before we start the day. Like I think about that in the morning. I have gotten to a place where I'm very routine now. I used to be like kind of all over. Like I made, yes, and coffee is a must for me. For my prescription of gratitude. Yeah, you don't like coffee.
Well, here's the thing. I don't like coffee, but now Jim drinks it every morning sitting in bed and he's half asleep and I'm always afraid he's going to spill it on my head.
Oh.
So I really don't like coffee.
She really doesn't like coffee. Well, coffee is good, but if that's part of your prescription of gratitude. So every morning now, I make sure to have at least an hour before I log in to work because I work from home. So I have that, and you can do this in your car if you're driving, you're commuting. There's so many ways. All you're doing is you're making a note of what you're grateful for because it changes your perspective in the day. Because if you wake up like I used to, I actually absolutely used to wake up and go, what's going to happen today? I got to get to my job and what problems am I going to encounter today? And of course problems would come because I had a job that I dealt with all the problems. And so, it was my perspective. I was dragging by 2:00 in the afternoon. I was either eating M&Ms, drinking a Coke, eating Cheez-Its. I mean, I have to admit, I gained so much weight at that time, and it all had to do with didn't have anything to do with my job because I actually liked my job. It didn't have to have anything to do with the people at my job. They weren't, bumming me out. It was really me. I was bumming me out. By the time I got to 2:00 in the day, I was tired. I had already, maybe ate lunch, sometimes not. Yep, a gratitude journal helps. Yep, that's what I do. I take that time for myself in the morning. I carve out that prescription of gratitude because maybe that you're going to encounter a tough meeting that day, or you're going to encounter some really tough people. You're going to come up against some people. It's up to you on how you walk into there. It's up to you on how you're going to start the day. I mean, if you're going to wake up every day and go, gotta go back to work again, well, yeah, your days are going to be rough. You're going to have a really rough time, So what does that tell you? If you're waking up every day saying that to yourself, first of all, ask yourself why. What is it really that is bugging you about your job? What is it really bugging you that you have to wake up and go off to occupation? Is it the occupation? Is it your boss? Is it, you didn't get enough sleep? You really have to sit down and not just do it by routine. You really need to think about it. You really need to say, why am I feeling like this? What is it that is causing me to feel this way? I know some people don't even like to deal with their feelings. Like there's so many people that will just avoid their feelings altogether. But if you're unhappy, that means that you are majorly not dealing with your feelings. Most unhappy people have a recipe of things going on there. They're not happy with themselves. They're not happy with things that happened in their lives, their circumstances, and they haven't forgiven other people. There's lots of things that recipe of why they're not happy with their lives, because your mindset and your perspective can change any situation that you encounter if you allow yourself to look at it in a different way and
there's
not negative.
With Teresa, she says coworkers' attitudes. The thing is, you can't control that.
You can't control that. Yeah.
What you can do is you have to control your attitude. And I have to go to work this morning. Even the small change of saying I get to go to work this morning makes it a whole nother thought process to start your day.
Yeah.
You can't control your coworkers and their attitudes. You can't control this stuff. And, for me, if your name's not in the building, I'm just going to go in and do my time and get out. Like I'm not going to go worry about I'm not going to stress about what my coworkers are doing. I mean, that's part of why I've been self-employed most of my life. But
yeah, a smile is contagious. A smile is contagious. They might look at you at first and go, "What's she smiling at? What's wrong with her? Why is she smiling?" And you be standing there smiling and be like, only I know, And then the next day you walk in there, you got that smile like, what's she smiling at again? And again, they'll wonder what it is you're up to, what it is, what do you have that they're missing? Somebody else smiling can be threatening to people, honestly.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that Teresa said something about work gossip and all that. The easiest way to shut gossip up is pick whoever's gossiping and compliment something about them.
I
agree. And they're like, wait, what? Oh, okay. You look cute today. Oh, they forget what they were talking about, and you just totally change the subject.
Throat punching negative coworkers helps. Haha. I know, because I don't think you work with coworkers too, except for your dogs. So hi.
Well, and Caitlin. Hi, Caitlin. That's my.
Hi, Caitlin.
She has a very stressful job, and
you do the why
her venting, and she's got. I remind her, and she reminds herself daily. I think probably multiple times why she does what she does.
Well,
and it's hard.
What I have seen with employees that I've had, and I used to hate it when I would hear them say it, is like, well, I'm just here for the paycheck. If you're just there for the paycheck, then you don't like your job at all, and you really need to find something that is going to fulfill you and pay your bills at the same time. You need to find a position that's going to fulfill both of those things for you, so that you're balanced. Because if you're just going, I'm just here to get a paycheck, well, you could get a paycheck anywhere. Honestly, if that's your attitude, I'm not sure I want you as my employee.
Yeah.
And I used to hear it a lot I
love Gary Vee.
Huh?
Matt just said Gary Vee has the best quote about this. I love Gary Vee.
My puppies are my coworkers. They stress me out. Yeah, I bet they do. Little
the puppies.
Yeah. Okay, Gary Vee has the best quote. Which one? Because he's got lots of them. Quote. Yeah, put the quote in there, Matt. But really, I mean, if you're not happy about your life, change something. That means something has to change. It's up to you, only up to you to figure out what that change needs to be. And nobody else is going to figure it out for you. If you work for weekends and vacations, that's right. That's right. He loves Mondays. He does say he loves Mondays. I don't ever say I love Mondays, because I really do like my weekends, but
I do too. I mean, I don't even have a job right now, so I really don't have any complaints other than I don't have a job.
So she's trying to find the perfect job, but the atmosphere is horrid. I mean, there's a culture to that. Whoever's at the top cultivates that culture and cultivates that attitude. So if you don't have a manager or somebody in leadership, or you did have a manager and someone in leadership that had a positive attitude and got squashed a couple times with their positive attitude, that does cause a trickle down,
Yeah.
fact, unfortunately, and I get to go back to work on Monday. Yay. That's what he said. Yes.
Yep.
I get to.
Mhm.
That is a great way to say it. Instead of, oh, I have to go back to work. It's, I get to go back to work,
Yeah, because
which
there's a
means
lot
I
of
have a
people.
job.
Yep. There's a lot.
That's
I would
right.
love to have a job right now. But
Exactly.
I think that I don't know. I think that we have an overall mental problem, and I
Well,
don't.
they just fired your store manager. Well, maybe give it some time then. Give it a minute for the tide to change, because sometimes, like, leadership, it trickles down. Maybe that person was the one, her bad at right. So I would give it out, I would give it a minute before I'd quit and see if they do something better. You know, burnout is real and self-care is very important. Exactly. And my question is, okay, if you're getting burned out, what are the factors that are making you burned out? I'm just curious. The fact, I mean, is it too many hours? Is it,
He works for the government, basically. Works
oh,
with the government. That's all we need to say. The
okay. Well,
programs are flawed and
that does say.
frustrating, and it's um, she makes a difference, but it's hard. It's like busting down fences every. Well, yeah, the kids going buck wild. That's a problem too. But it's
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of systems in place that people are working for that are flawed, and that makes it people burn out.
And that's true. If the right structure is not in place for your employees or for the employees, to take time off or to feel like they can take time off, or, I mean, I remember working for one place that they made me feel guilty every time I had a doctor's appointment. I mean, come on. Like, I have to go to the doctor, I'm sorry, excuse me, and it was like they made you feel like you were just, they couldn't, the whole place had shut down if you weren't there for an hour, and that was a toxic workplace, because you shouldn't feel that way. You should feel valued at your job, you know and that's the problem, is there are so many workplaces just suffering like this, like, exactly, because, yeah, obviously we have a couple examples here, you
Yeah.
know um you know it, but I've also been in workplaces like that, and it took me to change my mindset on how I was going to deal with the people there. And eventually I found something different, better, whatever, because I thought, this isn't a good fit for me. I mean, I went into the place and went, this is not a good fit for me. It's, that's how I quit. I didn't do a silent quit. I quit. This isn't a good fit.
Well, and unfortunately for Teresa, I think that those part-time jobs are the most stressful ones, whether you're retired or not. I think
Yeah.
that it's some of those are the most stressful jobs. You've got, retail and serving and all of those things. It's rough every day.
Yeah.
That's why I don't do it.
Now, see, what's funny is, I mean, you say that, I loved when I worked at Wendy's, I loved doing the drive-through window.
Yeah, but
It's my favorite job. Like, I
you
loved
do
it.
it now.
I would do it now if I had to. Yeah.
See, I'm not working the hours that are required with retail or serving or
I mean, I don't know. But that's my personality type, right? So you're not going to put the person that doesn't want to even be there at the drive-through window. You're going to put the person like who I was, who was always like, "Hey, I'm here. Nice to see you. What do you want to eat? Here's your order."
Yeah.
I mean,
You can have that
it makes a difference, huh?
You can have that job.
I will never serve another day in my life. See, it just depends on your personality. Again, that's why it's important to find a place where you fit. Like I could, like you're saying, I know you're like, oh my God, you'd go back. Yeah, I'd walk right back over there to that drive-through window again if I had to, and go, hey, can I take your order? What would you like?
I hope you can get the order right better than Sheila the robot.
I think I should just be a Virginia Beach housewife.
Well, it's kind of boring. I'm
I
not
mean, I could try it.
Yeah, I what's it been a month and I've already figured I am not
Look at
housewife.
Tina. She laughing. I don't know what she's laughing at. Wendy's
Wendy's
spicy
spicy
chicken
chicken.
slash.
I mean, okay.
Do you want the spicy chicken sandwich or the regular one? Hey, I would love it. Honestly, I know you think I'm crazy, but shoot, the way they're paying right now,
I
they're
think
paying
maybe
pretty
you should,
good.
I think maybe you should go work at Wendy's for a bit. Don't
I've
you
already
think
wore the, as long as they don't make me wear the same polyester yucky pants that I used to with that stupid little apron,
you're going
that's the only problem is the fashion. I think I would have an issue with the fashion. Always spicy. Yeah, the spicy. Hey, I was pretty good at it.
See, I worked
I
at Hardee's.
Give me a frosty too. Okay. Well, don't they have different flavors now? Or just the
Strawberry,
chocolate one?
chocolate, vanilla.
I know. I love the chocolate
I mean,
one.
I can't have any of them, but I've heard they're really good.
Now I want a frosty. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, Matt. Thanks.
Now I want a frosty. But that's the
Your
thing.
Wendy's.
Is see, I'm getting my mindset right. Right? So I lose all my jobs tomorrow. I'm walking into Wendy's. You know?
There you go.
Be
Well,
like, hey. They'll be like, what do you want, old lady? I'll be like, I used to work here. But
okay, we are getting so far off topic.
Hey, no, it's about gratitude.
Okay.
I would be, if I lost my job that I work 9 to 5 and my side hustle jobs that I have right now, if I lost all of them, I would do it. I would, because I think I remember it making me happy. I remember being joyful when I did that job. And it probably was because I was joyful at the time and I just didn't know any better. But however, it just is how you look at it. Yeah, Chick-fil-A. Yeah, Chick-fil-A is good too.
I'm with my kid. It's a no for me, dog.
All day, every day. It's not just for the middle schoolers anymore.
So I have to know, does Teresa work at Chico's?
Huh?
She said I deal with rich housewives asking that these jeans make me look fat. I said, does she work at Chico's?
Do these jeans make me fat? Oh, all jeans make me look fat. So you can't ever ask that question.
Chico's.
I hate the way that jeans look on. I don't like jeans. I can't stand wearing jeans. I hate them.
I love jeans.
I'm just not shaped for the jean pool. Okay.
Yeah,
Just saying.
I can see that.
Yeah. I just don't like them. But I'll wear leggings every day.
I love them for Maurice's jeans. They're my favorite.
She works at Marshall's. There you go. I like Marshall's.
There's only one right answer to that question. You are correct, Matt. There is.
That's right.
Yeah. Those look amazing.
But okay, let's go back to our prescription of gratitude. Okay. So if you like your job, be grateful for it. If you don't like your job, what else are you grateful for? Something else has to make you grateful. Are you grateful to the discount that you get at the store? Maybe. I mean, I'd be grateful for that. I pay I probably spend my whole paycheck at Marshall's, but yeah.
That's the reason I don't do retail, because I would never make any
money. See, that's why I did fast food, because I wasn't going to eat all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, just saying.
I might.
Yeah, no. After you work there, you know.
I did. I used to eat Ken's Pizza, and I ate all of the pizza and all the pasta and all the bread.
Oh, look at Matt's got a good comeback for you, Teresa.
Oh yeah, that'll go far.
It's so funny. We'll go back to what you were talking about people just kind of being irritated and saying snarky things. Yeah. I remember being really mad about something customer service related. And I called a guy and I got him on the phone and I was like, yelling, that, service and he better do something. And he stopped me dead in my tracks. You know what he said? He said, I'm not sure what hurt you, but it wasn't me. I was like, oh, whoa. I was like, that was the best customer service comeback I've ever gotten. And I'm telling you, it stopped me dead in my tracks and it made me stop and think about it. I was like, oh, nothing's hurt me, but I'm angry about this.
Yep.
But he was right. He shifted the responsibility back onto me as to my reaction and how I was treating him, you know? And I loved it. I was just like, man, that was like the best ever. I don't know what hurt you, but it wasn't me. But can we talk about it?
Right.
like he did a counseling session, like a life coaching, like right then, boom.
Well, there's a guy
Yay!
there's a guy at the McDonald's, because I do McDonald's for breakfast a lot. I haven't been recently, but because now I have to drive 10 miles to get there. But there's a guy, and he is the most happiest, friendliest guy. He works the drive-through. His name is Dave.
See,
and
there's
I don't
something about the drive-through.
When I don't even, now that I'm not going to get that breakfast, I'm kind of missing Dave.
Oh. And Happy New Year, Robert Lee.
Hi,
It was
Robert.
Chinese New Year the other day. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah, Robert's
I did. I saw from my
our
face.
live stream friend. Yes, and friend. But
Friend.
yeah, I mean, see, the drive-through person made a difference.
Yeah, every day he tells me.
Drive-through person makes a difference. You have to put the right drive-through person in that place.
And Dave has very little hair. What hair he has is very disheveled. He's missing most of his teeth, but bless his
There
little
you
heart.
go.
Every day I'm just like, I leave there feeling happier than when I came in.
That's right. He said Happy New Year's to us.
Happy New Year.
Thanks. So, I mean, that's the thing. It's all about perspective. Like, see, now you missed the drive-through guy.
Me too.
He made your day. You didn't
Me
know it
too.
until now. Like, you're like, oh, he did make my day. Like he, and any other one doesn't, they don't measure up.
Well, most of them are freaking robot.
What do you mean they're a robot?
Most of the McDonald's in Johnson County are now done by a robot. And I call her Sheila, and I don't like her. I had to move out of Johnson County to get rid of Sheila and get Dave.
Okay, tell me about this robot thing. I guess I haven't been to McDonald's in forever.
Her name
so
is really not Sheila. That's just what I named her. Caitlin hates Sheila too. She has problems with her every morning. But Sheila is what we named her, and she's a robot that takes your order.
Oh.
And she messes it up almost every morning.
Well, on the most part, I do enjoy working the fitting room, helping people decide what looks good. See, that is a service.
There you go.
See, I would love for you to be outside to tell me if my butt looked fat in the.
I'd be like, girl.
I know.
Robot overload master. No, I will not be kind to her. She doesn't do her job.
How does she get it wrong?
Okay, for example, you'll say, my order, my order, two sides of bacon, large Diet Dr. Pepper, one side of sausage, and a hash brown. And she'll say 4 strips of bacon or 4 orders of bacon. Or she'll say, do you want cheese with that? Cheese with what? No, Sheila, I don't want cheese with that. And then she'll say, anything else for you? I'll say, no. And she'll say, can I get you something else? No, thank you. Can I get you something else? See, she asked if she can get you something else 20 times. Yes.
No, I don't want anything else. So now, so it's a robot thingy, huh?
Yeah, it's a robot.
So is it a robot that hands you your food?
No, it's the real people, and it's the same real people that were there before Sheila, so I don't really understand what her job is. Other than to make my life miserable.
She's so that they don't have to answer the window.
But they usually do, because after 3 times of saying no, then that goes to the person that actually works there and says, I'm sorry, go ahead and pull forward.
See? Well, they just need to have one of those little lights like at the car wash that says pull forward.
Yeah.
Blinking. So they can reset Sheila. See,
Chick-fil-A.
listen, I'm troubleshooting here. But then now you just got rid of my job. Now I'm mad. Now I don't have a backup plan.
I just moved away from Sheila. Solve my problem. Now
I
I
don't
get
have
to.
a backup plan of a drive-through window girl. There. Now I know I'm old because now I don't have a job.
Nope.
Ugh,
Sheila took your job.
Sheila took my job. Now
Yep.
I'm mad.
Yeah, turn her off and back on again. I'd like to. We yelled at her once, then we got to the window. The man yelled at us for yelling at her.
The man yelled at you for yelling at a robot.
Yelling at the robot because she kept asking us over and over if we could get anything else, and we were like, no, we were yelling, and we got through. That was really rude what you guys were doing to yelling at her back there. And we're like, what? What
Was
is
she crying?
Right? Did the robot cry? I don't know, but
did you make her cry?
But all three of us,
Oh
me and
my
both my kids,
God.
were just like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I made the robot cry.
So now you guys all know Heather makes robots cry. So there you are. That's the end of the thing. Weight of the world. Just give it over to the robot.
That is it. Sheila just ruined my life, and I moved away.
Well, let's end this on a happy note of your prescription for gratitude. So this week I have a homework for you. So I want you to come back next week and tell me one thing that you're grateful for. Not today in the comments, but next week, and bring a friend.
Bring a friend. Use the buddy system.
Bring a friend.
And
if you'd like to share this out, we would love for you to do that. We really do want to get more subscribers. So if you could help us out, that would be amazing. Thank you, Teresa. And thank you, Matt. And thank you, Amanda and Nora and Robert and all the peoples. They're not robots. They're different.
Well, I think that before we go, I will tell you, check out my podcast, The Motivational Mentor, on Spotify and Anchor.
That's right.
And if you're looking for a way to change your life, message me about the Becoming the Best You conference in St. Louis in February.
That's going to be an amazing concert. So conference.
Saturday night.
Oh, so there is a concert. See, yep. I knew it. I had a feeling.
I agree, Matt. More people do need us, so share.
Yes. I mean, we can be funny and serious all at the same time. So there you are. So you guys have and you can check out my website, sashcoach.com, sandyarcherconsulting.com. If you need services, virtual assistant, any website design, branding, and also if you need a life coach, I'm there for you, Sandy Archer Spiritual Health. So hope to see you.
Thanks, Matt. You two vagina owners are great.
Oh my gosh. You brought it up, so I'll let you answer on that one. I'm not.
I don't think I own it. I'm pretty sure my man does, but I'm going to sign out on that.
Oh my goodness. Well, we'll see you guys next week. Same bat time, same bat place. And we thank you so much for joining us tonight. Bye.